Today I'm gonna share with you one of my most lucrative and secret niche that I've been working on lately. It's called the eviction niche. Just think about it. There are so many evictions that are happening every single day. What if you add the data for those evictions? Let me show you how you can generate a lot of opportunities to get listings, to get rental listings, to get new clients to your management company if you have a management company, and to create a lot of relationship, generating your own leads using off data opportunities that nobody knows about. And let me show you how it looks like on my computer. Okay, so let's jump into the data, the exciting things for me. Look in my computer. What I'm showing you right now in my Excel spreadsheets are all of the eviction complaints that were filed since, I would say about 1 month, 1.5 months, 2 months, 2 months worth of evictions, totaling about 1,487 items. This is how it looks like. Those are the foreclosure complaint. Those are the evictions that were filed. I'm gonna go into those files, but first I'm gonna take it step by step, and we're gonna develop that into the story and into the opportunity. So what we are looking at right now are case numbers, the date they were filed, the plaintiff, who is usually the party who is suing for eviction. Yeah, it could be the landlord or the management company that managed the property for the landlord, and it's the defendant, which is usually the tenants. You can see it here. So in Broward County in Florida, you can actually take the case number and you can go to the clerk of court's docket, and you can let me just close these down. And you can actually go and you can search for the case. So if I put the case number in the clerk of court docket, first case number I'm showing on my Excel spreadsheets, that's gonna show you that the case type is a removal of tenant. And I can see the plaintiff and I can see the defendant. And even more than that, in Broward County, they let you actually see the complaint itself. So if I click on the complaint, I'm gonna see the information that I need. And that, what I call, is a great lead. Why is it a lead? First of all, because you have the ability to look at the documents and analyze the data before anybody else, because it keeps refreshing itself. It's not something that it's old. It's not something that it's not relevant. It's actually a great opportunity because when there is an eviction, remember, the property needs to be re-rented. So there is an opportunity to find a tenant for the landlord at that time. This is an off-market opportunity that nobody knows about. Even the landlord probably didn't even advertise it for rent yet because he still has a tenant inside. So the opportunity here is to get more information before anybody knows and have some sort of a plan in order to create some value or whatever business you are in, to bring your service or offer to the specific party at the right time. So let me show you what am I doing exactly with those complaints and what do they mean and why it is such a valuable information that it's just very, very easy to manipulate the data and create business out of it. And I do it every single day. And I'm going to show you my processes and what helped me create all sort of opportunities and all sort of transactions using this data. And this is actually one of the things I try to teach realtors who wants to find the first rentals. Like, realtors become realtors. They want to get more experience. They want to get their first transaction. And we all know it takes time to get your first rental. It takes time to replicate rentals. And this is a way to actually get new listings every single day. If you follow the processes and you actually have value to give to those potential clients, then you're gonna prevail. You can create a process that can bring you a lot of opportunities and business. So let me show you. What I'm doing basically is, as I showed you, it's a free and public information, and in Broward County, Florida, I'm able to download that, but that's not enough. The reason for that is because actually I arranged it very nicely, so when I click it, it opens. The reason for that is because the data here is handwritten sometimes, and you see, and it's very hard to actually scrap the data and move it on to the Excel, so you need to look at that, and you need to see the details that are most important, and I'm gonna go over with you about the details that are most important in that niche. So first of all, you have the landlord's information, okay, Mr. Antonio here, with his address, which is usually 99.9% accurate, because the landlord wants to get paid, and usually this address serves as a mailing address to the tenant to send them payment if need to. So he's gonna put his accurate, most accurate address there, and that's very, very valuable, because you can use that address to communicate with the landlord if you want to send a letter, right? One of the communication we're going to talk about is letters. So you can actually send your offer proposition to the landlord at the worst time when you need to evict somebody, and tell him, hey, Mr. Antonio, I've been working in your neighborhood and I might have a tenant for you. You know, I know you're still evicting, but why not just give me the opportunity maybe to advertise it, or to just tell it to my friends? So you can actually overcome your competition, and there is no reason why the landlord is going to tell you, don't advertise my property or don't find me a tenant. You know, it's a win-win situation, and that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching how to create a win-win situations. On top of that, you also have the plaintiff's phone number. So all I need to do is really, you know, as I pick up my phone and say, hi, Mr. Antonio, my name is Liran. And you know, I've been doing a lot of real estate in your area, and I'm quite sure I can have a tenant for you. I also have a management company. I can give you a free service for the first month after we rent your property. If you need anything in terms of repairs or something like that, I can give you my cost. And you can create some sort of a relationship with Mr. Antonio, because right now he already paid for eviction, which cost him maybe $500 or $600, or I don't know how much. Maybe it was contested, maybe not. And he is losing his income stream very, very soon. He's not getting paid, and he needs a solution. So you have his name, and you have his phone number, and you have his mailing address. Only question is, what are you gonna do about it? You know, and that's what I'm telling people. You know, you gotta find the information, but you gotta also make an action on it. And there is a lot of data. I'm talking about 45 days of data. I'm talking about, look at this. Talking about hundreds of leads that you are generating it yourself before anybody else. Nobody can come faster than you if you do that. Okay, especially if you use automations, that's a different level. But what I'm trying to apply here, guys, is that looking at off-market data and off-market opportunities give you an edge to bring your value. It gives you an edge to sell your service. It gives you an edge to create a relationship with somebody, because he will trust you if you can solve his problem. And Mr. Antonio right now, he has a problem. He has a tenant that he has to evict, and he needs to find a new tenant. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, only things I need to do is to get the information that I need to. So let's go back to the information that we have, and I'm going to show you what we are speculating about. What's the information that we need to get? So as I said, we are getting the landlord's information, and we are also getting his phone number, his name. We are getting his mailing address. By the way, I can even check it in the property appraisal and see what that mailing address reflects. And here it is. This is the address that he uses for his mailing address. And here you go. This is the name of the owner. And he lives here. He lives in a very nice house. Okay, not too very far away from the property that he's renting. And if I'm an ambitious investor or new realtor who wants to get, you know, serious with his career, I would just, you know, make a mark and go and knock on his door and say, hi, Mr. Antonio, you know, I know you have an eviction. You know, what I do is I this and that, and this is a solution I can give you. And I would just say, hey, this is who I am. I would show myself. There is nothing better than showing yourself. You know, in the end of the day, you're gonna send out letters, you're gonna make up some phone calls, but when you show yourself, this is where you sell yourself. This is where you are the true you. Okay, everything behind you that you've done and all that means nothing. Okay, you have a few minutes to show who you are and what you can do. All the stories that you tell don't mean nothing right now. So why don't you just make a drive? Look at this beautiful property. Maybe Mr. Antonio want to sell the property with you one day, and this is $1 million listing. Okay, you created a relationship. You just rented out the property, and he said, you know what? Yeah, I have several houses, but can you sell this one for me, please? And all of a sudden, you can make $30,000 in commissions here, okay, by serving this landlord who is also investor, right? Or maybe he wants to buy more investment properties. If you can also use that. You can see what is he buying, and let's see what is he buying. Let's see what is he renting. Let's see what Mr. Antonio is interested about. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna make it simple. I know I'm talking fast and I'm trying to convey a lot of information. But it's very important that you understand the principle of what we are trying to do here so you can act accordingly as well in your county, in your territory. So all I'm doing basically is I'm taking the most relevant information from the lead and I'm putting it on my Excel spreadsheet nicely and beautifully so I can then handle it. Or if I need to do marketing automation, send out letters and all that stuff, I can do it using my Excel spreadsheets, knowing I have accurate information that nobody else has. Okay? And that's my biggest advantage here in the game. When other people are looking for rental listings and they start advertising money on Facebook and all that stuff, I really don't need to do that because as you can see, it's free. That's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have to skip trace the owner's name. It gives you the number. Okay, it might be a cell number. You pick up the phone. You got 30 seconds to say what you can do for him. And if you do it, if you replicate that, if you call several people, I see no reason why you can't get your first transaction very quickly and even daily. Okay, what I'm teaching here to do is to create a business. It's not just to get your first listing. I want you to get 10 listings a day. You have to ask yourself, how can I get 10 listings a day? Not one. Okay, or you can ask yourself, how can I get listings on a consistent basis? Okay, that's the most exciting thing. That's how you create business. That's how you create processes. That's how you're not dependent on third parties. And right now, I'm not dependent on any third parties here because I'm generating my own leads. So I'm not depending on any other third parties. It doesn't cost me a cent besides just looking, understanding what the data means, okay, and acting accordingly. And that's what I'm trying to apply here. Thank you for watching my clip. I hope it's been valuable to you. I really trying my best to give you the best advices I can so you can become successful because my ultimate goal is to make other people successful. And I'm taking the time to actually show you my own secrets in how I'm generating leads and I'm actually not dependent on any other third parties and what works for me. So if you're interested about real estate investing, you want to learn more about off-market real estate, be sure to subscribe because I'm going to come up with a lot of interesting subjects and that's going to help you a lot to get your first deal or your first listing or whatever you're looking for. Off-market data is the place to be. Again, thank you for watching and happy investing.